Wow. Welcome to PSO Speaks to Ladies. Today I will be sharing with you how to draw strength from your challenges as a leader. In the journey of life, challenges are part of life, and we are going to have different kind of challenges. Some people, instead of calling it challenge, they call it problem. And sometimes the way you define it will determine what it looks like. So when you call it a mountain, it becomes a mountain. And then when you call it a plane, it's a plane. And I like to tell you that, issues will come up in life. We're going to face all kinds of things. Either you like it or not, there'll be good times and there'll be bad times. There'll be when good things happen to you, and there'll be when the so-called things, the bad things will happen to you. And whenever you are facing challenge, you've got to know how to draw strength, how to draw lessons from your challenge. Somebody once said this, and I agree with him, that challenges are the bread of champions. In other words, people who become champions, they actually go through challenges, learn lessons from them, and use the lessons to catapult themselves to the next phase of life. So I must tell you that challenges will happen, things will happen that you don't like, things will happen that you do not expect, and you've got to grow your capacity to be able to draw from those things, those experiences, those challenges in such a way that you can build something more meaningful out of your life. So I want to share with you some of the tips that can really help you to actually draw strength out of your challenge. Let me first say this. Some of the areas you can find challenge or face challenge includes you can find challenges in your growing up days, your developmental days, probably while you're a child, while you are young, some of the things that happened to you, your parents probably were not there, you probably were raped when you were young or when you were a teenager. Sometimes it was you that even made mistake, probably you got pregnant and then you had a baby out of wedlock or something like that. And sometimes it could be about your career, you just found out that probably you are not meeting up, you are not getting up to where you thought you should go, you are not getting the kind of job that you should get, you are not actually having the kind of income that you should have from your job. You are not getting the kind of satisfaction, or probably at work your boss is silly, you're working under a boss that is not intelligent, you are working under a boss that is difficult, and all of that. And then sometimes it could be social. Probably your friend, you have a friend that is making life difficult for you. One of your friends is just not making it okay, or you're not just having friends, good friends at all. You're not having anybody who is very supportive as friend and all that. And then sometimes it could be family, it could be that you don't have parents that are supportive, you don't have a husband that is supportive, or you couldn't even get a man down, or a man, all the guys that are coming your way are disappointing you, your marriage is broken down, you're a single mother. It just could be anything. And sometimes it could be finance, you just don't have enough money, you're not making enough money, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's to tell you that challenges can come from any aspect of life. And when challenges come, most often than not, when we are faced with them, when we are experiencing them, they affect the way we think and actually the way we feel. So as a lady, more often than not, your feelings have a way of magnifying the pains of your experience. It has a way of amplifying your thoughts, the negativity in your thoughts, and so you've got to know how to navigate it. Most often than not, people believe that women are unable to deal with challenges like men. But can I tell you this? I disagree. I found some women who are super women who have gone through breaking experiences, and they've been able to handle themselves, put themselves together, overcome those challenges, and make something out of the experience. So the issue is not about either you are a male or you are a female. The issue is how you handle it. But so what I'm dealing with it with you is that it is a general presumption that females don't. Okay, that females don't handle challenges very well. So we want to actually share with you. I want to share with you how you as a lady can draw strength from your challenges and then make something out of it. Number one, it's important for you to acknowledge and accept your challenge. Whatever it is that you are going through, acknowledge, okay, this is a challenge I'm going through. It's a mental process. So you first have to process it in your mind. Okay, this is the challenge I'm facing. And when I'm saying that you acknowledge and accept your challenge, I'm saying that you should identify what kind of challenge, in what aspect of life. Okay, you should be able to say, okay, this is where I'm going through challenge. Okay, maybe it's in my marriage, maybe it's in my finance, and all of that. Now, once you have identified what kind of challenge it is, learn to classify it and put it within that box. Many ladies have this problem. When they have challenges in their marriage, they allow it to spill over to their career, they allow it to spill over to their social relationship, and so it model up their lives simply because they are having challenge in their marriages. Some, when they have challenge with their job, then it spill over to their homes, so they make their marriages uncomfortable because they have a challenge in one domain. Please take note that as a human being, you have many domains to your life. Challenge in one domain does not necessarily mean challenge in every other domain. All right, and so you've got to learn how to master this thing. That is what makes men slightly appear to be different, not because men are more powerful, are better than women. It's simply because women, as a woman, probably are more emotional, because most women allow the emotions to drive their thoughts life. And so when your emotion is driving the way you think, then your action will be messed up. So most women allow their emotions to drive their thoughts, so they get messed up ultimately. But when it comes to challenges, it is your thought that must drive your emotions. So your thought must have a reign on your emotions. So sometimes you are crying, you are bleeding, but your mind is made to have a reign, a control over your emotions, so that you do not allow your emotions to drive you in such a way that you are unable to do what you are supposed to do when you are supposed to do it, despite the fact that you are feeling pain. All right. So identify which area, what is that challenge, which area of your life is that challenge, and put it, do everything within your power, allowing your mind to put it where it belongs without allowing it to split to other aspects of your life. If it's in your finances that you're having challenge, don't let it spill over into your marriage. Don't let it spill over into your career. Box it where it is, because it's only when you do that you can then be able to manage it, to handle it. Okay. Now, once you have been able to identify where you are having the challenge and are accepting, okay, this is a challenge, I'm facing a challenge here. Maybe it's that you have a personal weakness, maybe it's that you have actually made a mistake. It could be anything. First, accept that you are going through a challenge, or you are experiencing a challenge, and you identify that area where that challenge is, and you actually keep it there. Then the next thing to begin to do is to begin to use your mind to actually reframe it. You shift, think about the challenge as a platform for your learning. That, okay, yes, I'm going through this now, but there must be something to learn out of this, so that you can toughen your mind to handle it with solution mindset. So you see the challenge as something that you've got to conquer, something that you have to overcome, and something to learn from. And that is reframing it. You are trying to redefine it. Yes, this is happening to me in marriage. Oh, now I'm divorced. Or now I've just been disappointed. I've just been jilted. The guy just walked out of me. Or my husband is not giving me money. I'm feeling the pain now. Oh, now at the place of work I have a boss that is very silly, or thereabout. Whatever it is, that situation, you keep it where it is, and then see it as, okay, this thing that has happened to me now, how can I turn it around? I think this thing is a challenge, and I've got to overcome this. You have to see it as something that you are overcoming, and you are coming out of it. You are going to come out of it strong. So you see it as something to actually learn from, something to grow with. And then you allow your mind to begin to think about the future, begin to dream about, see yourself, how you are going to come out of this challenge, and use the lesson you learn from this challenge to be a blessing to other people. And all of this goes on in your mind. You see, whenever you go through any challenge, tell yourself it will come to pass. It has come to pass. In other words, it's happening now, but it will not happen like this forever. So you must be able to tell yourself that this thing has come to pass. So it does not come to stagnate you, it has not come to drown you. It's just an experience that you are passing through it, and then you come out fine on the other side. Okay, so you must tell yourself that very clearly, and that must be clear in your mind. All right, and then so that must make you to then begin to talk to yourself. There's what we call the power of auto suggestion. You keep telling yourself, I am going to overcome this. I'm going to tell the story of this. This is not the end of my life. Things like that. Speak to yourself over and over again. You know, psychologists have found out that there is a very strong power in a person speaking to himself or herself. So when you speak to yourself, something within your system starts responding positively. All right, then you must then be intentional in drawing strength from your inside so that you can be resilient. You know, you draw strength from your inside. Look inside you and ask yourself, what are the things that I have? You see, no matter what is happening to you, no matter how bad what is happening to you, there are still some good things inside of you that you must bring out. Right, so you must identify your strength, you know, your personal strength, the qualities that are inside of you, and see how to bring those things inside of you to actually work on the challenge and overcome the challenge. Let me tell you the secret. You know, no matter what is happening around you, there is something in you that can help you to overcome them. I don't know how it has happened, but that's the way God has structured it. No matter how bad what is happening around you, there is something inside you that can still help you to overcome it. I'll tell you a very interesting story. I watched this film some time ago of a young lady whose mother died while she was young and then had to live with the father. At a point in time, the father, she got pregnant, you know, and then the father chased her out. She later became a prostitute, blah, blah. And then along the line, she met a man while, you know, she was raising a baby. You know, she was doing prostitute while she was pregnant, and then gave birth to a baby, still doing the prostitute. Along the line, met a man who helped her to see that there was something in her, despite her challenge. And then the man helped her to go back to school. She went back to write a WAEC, then from there went to higher institution and all that. Long and short of this story, ultimately she went on to become a leader in one of the oil companies. I think she was later to become a major partner in that oil company, so that she became a role model and motivator for other young women. I tell you, it doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter either you fail, you made mistake, you had a Charlie boss that is challenging at work, your career is upside down. The reality is that it's just a passing phase in your journey. So draw into your internal strength. And one of the things that I want to encourage you about this one is actually the need for you to draw closer to God. No matter what you are doing, you actually need God in the equation. So you might need to talk to God because that's part of your internal resource. You know, you want to really communicate with God, find a way to be able to connect God by all means. And the good part of it is that God is the master of all situations. So He has a way of arranging things in your own interest, you know, to just ensure that you are able to become what He wants to become. So draw on your internal strength. You know, that's when you sometimes might need moments of being alone, solitude, where you reflect on life. I'm not asking you to worry. I'm saying just reflect on life, reflect on the challenges and things that are, and then prayerfully ask God on how you can navigate what you are going through. You know, He will supply you some thoughts, some ideas will come to your mind, and there's a way God also arranged that providence will bring to your life people, individuals that will actually be the right people at the right place at the right time to help you move to the next phase of your life. Be intentional as to build supportive relationship. You know, some people when they go through some challenges, they actually close up to everybody. Let me warn you. When you are faced with challenge, don't allow your challenge to actually close up relationships in your life, because people are ladders and people are doors, and you've got to learn that no matter what you go through, even though people might disappoint you, people might have hurt you, friends might have done that, men might have done that, let that not make you become hardened to other people, because when the bad ones pass, the good ones will also come around. And so be open and treat each individual according to what they express to you, and then keep your eyes very on. And so lastly, I'd like to say to you, determine within your mind that no matter what it is, you are going to be a survivor. In other words, you are going to survive this. You are going to overcome this. Okay? Keep telling yourself that I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to survive this. Can I be honest with you? You actually survive some things. For which I've come this far, you actually survive some things. So this challenge will not overwhelm you, to not keep you down. And you know why I've got to share this with you as a lady? It's because many ladies have actually been buried in ashes, covered down by the challenges they go through. Why? Because the challenge looked so much like a big mountain that they could not overcome. So overwhelm them, get them to a state where their mind couldn't think of a way forward. Some have actually committed suicide. Some have fallen into depression. Some are completely confused. Some have been stagnated simply because they were faced with a challenge that made them think they cannot overcome. There is no challenge you can't overcome. Rise up, lady. Push. Give yourself some push. The top is your place. Your world is waiting for you. There are people who are still expecting you at the top. Don't allow the setback to keep you back. Push. See you another time. My name is Shegun Obiolo. This is PSO Speaks to Leaders.